Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. I hope all is well. No periodic table, no alien talk. However, you already know the creator came through with a message. If this is your first time tuning in, hi, thank you, welcome. Please follow us on YouTube at Inappropriate Radio TV. We can also be found on Spreaker, Google Podcast, Spotify, as well as Apple Podcasts. And we're going to be on Amazon Podcasts really soon. All right. So just check us out. We always talk about breaking the cycle and how we have to fast and pray and, do all these different things to ensure that we are breaking the cycles and the patterns that are associated to our bloodlines, or tied to our bloodlines, rather. What happens when we actually start getting those things, right? When we start seeing those things and it starts to actually manifest, and we can see it, feel it, taste it, experience it, touch it, right? When it's actually tangible, what happens? So that's what we're going into. So a dramatic increase in funds, especially for the black sheep, okay, is one of the first signs. Money that is due to them. And it could just be major abundance. It doesn't have to be money. Okay, it could be that this person is extremely intelligent, okay? And we had a conversation of signs and symptoms that you're a child, or you are the chosen one, or the curse breaker, the cycle breaker, the black sheep, the indigo, the starseed, right? This is not that. This is us being able to look on at a family and trace the generations backward and forward and be able to look at the difference in at least 2 generations. Across 2 generations, you should see a difference in the quality of life, okay? Multiple babies being born in one generation, particularly in an 18-month span, like at least 3 babies or more, okay? Breaking habits on both sides. So let's just say there are 10 people in the family. Those 10 people are breaking off cycles and curses and spells and patterns that are connected to both the paternal and the maternal sides of their families, okay? Major moves. So this means moving to another city, another state, another country, and being able to thrive there, okay? Some people just leave and they come back home. No, you have to go to that new place and start a new life. You have to do a cycle there, at least 1 year, okay? We have 6-month cycles, but that's just for spirit and energy. When it comes to the physical aspect of things, we do have 1 year cycles, okay? We talked about that. That's a totally different topic, but all right. The start of a business, okay? So if you are the chosen one, your child is the chosen one, or if you just have a black sheep in your family, then you will get to see them starting a business, and it's a major business, it's a successful business, or they are put into a high position of power at their jobs, okay? Now, there are some families that literally don't have a black sheep. They don't have a chosen one. They don't have a starseed. There is no one currently, in the generations that are alive that are breaking patterns and cycles. And this is not always bad, right? There could be someone 5 years back up the generational line that's already broken certain cycles and patterns that are connected to bloodlines. So there are some things that are due to the bloodline, right? So when you look at families that are really large, which is rare today, right? We don't really see that how we used to anymore. We used to see really large families, and I don't think it has anything to do with money per se. I just think that we are producing less. I mean, it's a lot of different factors with that, but I don't want to go off on a tangent. It's going to take us into a different topic, right? Let's try to stay on the topic of the segment. So that's like, one of the things that will tell you if some patterns had already been broken over the bloodline, if God is allowing them to be fruitful, and not just fruitful, right? Like, some people have big families and they're struggling. No, like successful, fruitful, and abundant, okay? And leveling up. It's not just the same thing over and over again, like the same patterns being repeated. Like, oh, my mom had me at 15, and then I went out and I got a McDonald's job, and then I had my baby at 17, and then they went out and they got a McDonald's job and they had their baby at, no. I mean, really progressing, things that you can look at and see the enhancement and advancement over time, right? A lot of us, we look at certain families and we're like, wow, that's a big family, or sometimes we say, oh, my mom is one of 10 or one of 12 or one of 15 or something like that. You are currently the product of some broken cycles and spells, right? And then there are some bloodlines who have yet to break off cycles and spells, and you don't see any advancement. Children are dying. There, maybe some karma and debt that is associated with the bloodline. So some things have to occur in order for the bloodline to begin advancing or have anything remotely close to being attached to them that is close to success, right? And this is all going to be based on the word of God, right? Not everybody owes God just because, they don't have a big family, or there is not always karma attached to it. But these are like some of the telltale signs that some bloodlines just have karma that is being repaid, and they can't get past certain thresholds. And it's usually a lot to do with the decisions that have been made by a family member that you don't even know, right? It's usually like that. Most of the cycles that you are going to be breaking or that needs to be broken, because again, not every bloodline has a chosen one or a black sheep that is currently in the family. You may be one of 12, right? You may be the grandparent or the grandchild of a parent who comes from a big family like that. These signs are letting you know that you are released. Your bloodline has been released, and you are now free to move about. And depending on the ranking of the bloodline, you'll be able to get to certain things. Certain energies are required to attain certain things, and this is why we have soulmates and life partners and business partners and things like that, because they bring the energy into our lives that's required for us to prevail and get to the next level. We don't always have all of the things that is required in our bloodlines to break off certain patterns and chains and start new cycles. A lot of the times, the new cycles that you step into, you are prepared, but you're waiting for another person to come in and assist you with thrusting you into this new cycle or pattern. Like, you ever start being around a person and you just get motivated out of the blue, like you want to just start doing what it is that you need to do. That is that, okay? Or if you just get around a person and you get lazy and you want to hang out and you want to chill, and it's not always bad, right? When you get around people that put you in that relaxed energy, I mean, you want to make sure they're not extracting energy from your field, right? From your aura and from your energetic field. But all in all, it is important for you to be able to tell the difference between people that bring you ease and comfort, or people that are making you tired because they're draining you. People that are, just really motivating you and they are a part of your purpose, right? They're a purpose mate, or they are casting illusions just to get you to move around to see what it is that you're attracted to so they can take energy. It's all just on you and how you deal with the energies that are around you and how you ask the Creator to assist and reveal. Most of us have a relationship enough with our ancestors to be able to pick up what they're putting down. I'm assuming if you are listening to this podcast, you are some kind of spiritual. I mean, it may not be, religious. You may not be spiritual, but there is some level of enlightenment that has brought you here. I would like to assume that. Unless you're just a spectator and you're just here just to pick apart and find something wrong, with what's being discussed. And even then, I mean, you still would have to have a particular level of insight, spiritual insight anyway, to be able to determine how genuine I am, right? To determine how real these discussions are, if it's authentic, where is the information coming from? So you don't have to really worry about that. I'm not a fraud, but hey, take it to the Creator, right? Test the spirit with anything, with me as well. I always tell you guys to take it to the Creator. And when you come here and you tap in, do a little prayer before you even press play and ask God to reveal to you if I am someone that you should be consuming, if my frequency is something that you should be allowing into your ear gates, okay? But yeah, the gist of this conversation is for us to pretty much be aware on how to look and tell. And you'll be able to look at your kids and tell, how they interact with one another and, how mature they are. And we talked about that, right? The signs and symptoms of a child that is a starseed, or if you are the starseed, there would be some signs that are there for anyone to see that, this kid is special or you are special. But this is a segment that hopefully is an eye-opener for people who are putting in the work. And just to let you know, just because you're breaking the cycle, it doesn't always mean you get to reap the benefit, right? Sometimes God just puts you here to bring some energy, a new level, of everything to your bloodline. And then that's it, right? All of those that are connected to you, they get their upgrade and their enhancement, and then you perish. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but that's how God does it. Sometimes you don't always get to reap the benefit of breaking off certain patterns and cycles. I mean, that's what makes you the black sheep, the scapegoat, right? This is why people want to make you a sacrifice, because you technically already are sacrificing, but for far more than what people would like to see. But I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. I hope y'all are enjoying y'all weekend. I hope y'all are drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea because it's free. All right. Love y'all. Peace.